Hello everyone, I'm James. I was going to do a live stream this morning, but I've run into some problems with my internet service provider, so I've just made a video instead. I hope that's good enough for you. It's a pity because I wanted to go through the European Open with live stream, but we'll do that tomorrow probably. Now, there were a couple of questions in the private group, which I'll answer first about natural gas. And the first one was, well, we're selling off. What's going on? Yesterday in the video we were still climbing, and in the last number of candles, the 4-hour chart, we've dropped down. Notice that we've come back about halfway down to support level, and it's kind of like a little inverse head and shoulders. I don't like head and shoulders. They're never clear until they're actually formed, and I don't like to preempt them. But you can imagine the left hand shoulder here, the head, a bit of a messy one, a flat bottom head, and then the right shoulder may be forming right now. Also, it's interesting to note that we've pulled back 50% of the move from the bottom up to the high last night. Just a little bit more, sort of halfway between the 50 and the 618. But we are at support in between the 50 and the 61.8% retracement. Someone said in the private group, will we hedge here? And I'm not going to hedge right here at the sort of neckline. But if we don't hold 2.63, and particularly the spike down into the point of control at 2.60, then I think we're going to have to hedge this. Note that if we break that low and pull back to the wedge top, we could get a little bit lower actually, perhaps even back down to the sort of flat bottom low, allowing for the spikes below there and then a bounce out. I don't know. That would still be bullish. We'd still be above the wedge top, even though we've had a deeper retrace down to the 78.6% fib. Also watch that level, of course, very important level. And the 786 and the wedge top are at about 2.58. Moving on from natural gas, let's have a quick look at oil while we're on this page. Oil is moving down, a down day yesterday actually, despite everything that's going on. Now we've got a few hours or maybe a day or so before the ceasefire deadline comes to an end, and whether there's going to be a delegation sent today, I don't know. And that will affect oil and gas, of course, because of the Straits of Hormuz being part of that deal. But as we've broken down through this rising channel, retested it from underneath and fell back down on Friday and now on Monday too. We're not really bouncing up. Of course, anything can happen. I've got loads of shorts on now, and if we do get back to the underside of the channel or even the channel center line, and noticing that there's still a gap here with the top at about 100. So any rallies to the underside of the channel or even into the channel, which I don't expect to happen, near the channel center line or the gap top at around 100, I'll look to sell more into, but more particularly here at the 20-period moving average and the underside of the channel. So I remain bearish on oil and bullish on natural gas. I'm still long on uranium and lithium. Those have been quite long plays, holding those trades for about a month now so far, and probably just going to keep on holding them, buying dips. Now on this master page, these are the main instruments I'm trading. Bitcoin moving up beautifully yesterday, forming a bullish engulfing candle. And if you look at this on the day chart, it looks great. We added some more longs this morning. There's the bounce with the engulfing candle out of the 100-period moving average support. And if we look at the 4-hour chart, it all looks quite constructive. There's still a danger, a very big danger, that if things go south, and this is still potentially a bear flag, let's go to the futures chart to have a look at the flag, and there it is there, and we're right at the top of the flag. So, I still think we could get down to $48,000, although I'm long, we've added more, and I'm remaining bullish until proven otherwise. And the proven otherwise will be around about here, I guess, into the CME gap, the 100-day moving average, the channel top, and this trend line top. Although we might have to get up to 85 and the top of the empty zone and the next ledge before we see a retracement. I don't know. I'm remaining bullish, and we've added some more, so obviously I think it looks quite good. Going back to this page, just on stocks, I took profit on my short S&P trade yesterday and reversed to long. So we got short there, took profit off to the gap down on the weekend and reversed and bought and went long. I was also short on the NASDAQ, and I've hedged 50% of the short, allowing for a move up to the 200-period Bollinger Band and then a bit of a correction either back down to 26,200 or perhaps even 25,800, something like that, and then a bounce. My general idea, and I'd encourage you to watch Sunday night's video, which I will link again at the end of this one, is that we're bullish on assets. Maybe not so much on commodities, but definitely bullish on assets. And I'm long across the board on stocks, stock names, indices, Bitcoin, altcoins, some of them, metals, and natural gas. Short on oil and short on the US dollar. So having got 50% long on the NASDAQ as a hedge and having reversed the S&P from short, taking profit, reversing to long. And we've been long on all of these for quite a long time. These are new shorts that we took that we've sort of abandoned almost immediately after the swag bread thrust. Still short on the dollar, and this is moving down quite nicely, as you can see. I think we'll faff around a bit and still allow for a bit of a bounce back up into that gap there and a retest of this sort of zone. But so far it looks quite good. And also yesterday, a nice bearish candle with a shaven top and a shaven bottom. And today just bouncing up a little bit. But I'd like to see the dollar carry on moving down, and that will drive risk assets up as well, or add some more impetus to them. Here's the metals page, gold and silver moving down. I'm still fully hedged on both gold and silver. And to be honest, as I said in yesterday's video and in the live stream, I think these have got potential for further downside. We've been long really quite a lot of the time, mostly long. You can see we've had a few shorts here, and our last trade was actually short. We've hedged that now. We did get long prior to that, and also at the low. Now I think we could get back down to the long-term trend line. That's this red one running up the middle of the page, and also it's the 200-day moving average. So I'm allowing for that. And actually, if you look at today's movement, after spiking up into the 50 period, forming a double twin top spike high against the 50, and moving down after yesterday's reversal candle. Looked like we bounced off the 100, right, and the 20. But that's a one up, one down reversal candle at the top of a move in an overbought market just under the 50-period moving average. Quite bearish, really. If you look at this on the 4-hour chart, starting to move down and breaking or at least attacking this pretty important support level down here. So I think gold and silver both got some problems with moving higher. And my plan is to really ride these down with the hedges that I've got on, in other words, the short positions, and then take profit on the shorts and get long at the bounce area. I don't know where that will be. And silver, similar to gold, might have to retrace back down to the breakout triangle, the 200-period moving average, the $55 level, maybe the $50 level. And if we're going to test 50, we're probably going to have to get through it down to 48. So that's why I drew it down slightly through the level. So that's silver and gold, and I think they both have potential to move down. But as I'm hedged, it doesn't really matter. If they move up, we'll switch to long. If they move down, we'll stay as we are and take profit on the short side at the support level, wherever that might be. I'm also long on copper, although I'm not adjusting this. We're holding quite well above the breakout channel, and although as gold and silver might pull back, they could pull copper down with them, but they might not. And also, copper could behave completely differently to gold and silver. They all behave pretty differently. They have different uses and different emotions attached to them. I don't have any position on platinum. And then going back to the stock chart, just to say, we've got a few names on here as well, including Palantir, MSTR, Tesla, Coinbase, Microsoft, and one or two others. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, folks. Have a great trading day, and I'd love you to like and subscribe. I'm sorry I couldn't do a live stream today, but I'll try and do one tomorrow. And I think they're coming today to repair the internet or something. So we'll see how we go. And folks, while you're here, please click the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel, and consider subscribing. I know that you may be subscribed to a lot of different channels, particularly in this niche, and you hear all sorts of different opinions. But your subscription really helps to support this channel, and if you do enjoy the content, it'll go a long way to help us get better, grow, and improve. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.
Get in the groove, let's buy low. Ooh, yeah. High's the new move, watch it flow. Ooh, yeah. Candlestick dance, time it right. Ooh, yeah. Profit romance all through the night. Swing